everybody. Welcome to Ed and Ken's mini podcast. You're here with Ken Jordan and Ed Fordyce. Today we have an awesome conversation. As if all of our conversations are not awesome, I am looking forward to this one. Ed played well, first of all, Ed, how are you?
I'm fired up today, dude.
Listen, can I just real quick, the blue ethylene supplement. If you're listening, Ed is so influential that he said, try this supplement. I questioned nothing. I went out, I bought it, I put it in the tab on my tongue, and my tongue was blue for 3 days, bro. I was actually starting to get nervous, man. And my wife said, what did you do? I said, I took a supplement. She goes, where did you hear? I was at Ed Fordyce. She goes, what's it for? I'm like, not really sure.
So you have the blueprint that I just got.
Yes, there it is.
I have the blue ethylene, dude.
That's it.
That's why we rock and roll so well together, dude. Hey, it's just good for you. That's all. It's good for your noodle. It's good for your brain.
So being as influential as Ed always is, man, I look forward to these conversations every week. And the quote that he gave today, I love. Give your gift. We're going to talk about your gift today. Your gift is what comes easy to you, which comes hard to most. I love that. And it's right in line with your blue ocean theory, which other people, we got blue ethylene, we got blueprint, and we got blue ocean. The blue ocean theory, which you touched on before. But let's talk about the gift, man. What does that quote mean to you?
Yeah, gosh. Number one, like our message to our tribe is that's an inside journey. And right now I'm literally going inside. Like, what does it mean to me? So what it means to me is first thing I have to do is look for hints. Look for evidence in my past. So what the first memory, I did this journey probably 5 years ago, could be 8 years ago. What was the first moment of my life where I felt like I was like so alive? So my question to our audience is, think about the moment in your life when you first felt the most alive. And for me, it was one of my first moments. There were a few younger, but I'm the captain of the football team, Tiger Pride, baby, pep rally, and our head coach, the auditorium's rocking, and the head coach brings me down, the co-captains brings me down, hands me the microphone. Dude, in 40 seconds, I had 600 or 800 students stuck to the ceiling. I was going off.
I can just picture
greatness, about toughness, about Tiger Pride, about and I go back to that moment and I'm like, that's a hint. Some people call it a God wink. Some people call it a shoulder tap, a God tap, right? So that's my gift. And I have avoided, I have muted that gift over the years. I've tried to put the mask on. I need to sound more professional. No, I don't. No, we all need to let that gift, whatever that is, shine, ooze out of us.
So if we put this in the let's face it, right? This industry we're in right now, real estate, mortgage, it is very challenging. And look, struggle is life.
Can I just call a timeout there real quick?
Yeah.
Because I took my blue ethylene, dude. Actually, no, it's not. Like, let's start training right now. This is the easiest, most profitable market that we will ever experience. There is so much opportunity. It is not challenging. It's just the market.
Okay, let me take this. And I agree with you, Ed, 100%. 100%. Yeah. Forgive me for missing. But people are struggling. Is that fair to say?
They're choosing to struggle.
Okay, even better. What about their struggle is tied to their ability or willingness to recognize their gift? In other words, there has to be a component in today's market between struggle and your unwillingness to recognize and execute on your gift that we're talking about. Is that fair to say?
I think it's very fair to say, number one, and here's just the reality. And all we have to do is look at in any area of the United States, the production list of real estate agents or loan officers, right? It's a breeding ground of mediocrity. It just is. I love y'all. But man, it is the breeding ground of mediocrity.
And mediocrity is paid very well in our industries.
No doubt about it. So, number one, I forget the question, but I'm just
so I don't know that I got. So the question was, we recognize that it's the inability or unwillingness to exercise and execute on your gift or with your gift. But I guess my main question is, you said it's an inside journey, but you have to look for hints. What are some questions that people have to ask themselves? What does that journey look like? The journey to uncovering your gift.
I love it. Number one, if my buddy Bruno, or if my friends Bruno and Stacy were here, what would they say? Go ask your Chat GPT generator. Now that you've gotten to know me, Zeus, what questions do I need to ask myself to change my mindset around me thinking it's a bad market? But besides that, the inside journey is, what gifts do I have? What's the gift that I can give the world? First of all, number one, am I in victim mode or am I in solution mode? If I'm in victim mode, what do I need to do to get out of it? Look, 98% of the real estate agents out there just need to sell 2 homes a month to make roughly 200 grand a year in our markets. 2 homes a month. Let's just look at the reality of that. Dude, 2 homes a month. Let's get real. Let's get raw. The question is, are you capable? Do you have it inside you to get honest enough to say, if I'm not settling 2 homes a month, I'm simply not working hard enough. I don't want it bad enough. Maybe I should go do something else. Let's just get real. Let's just get raw. That's it. Look for evidence of where you felt most alive. So how this really happens in real life. I get my license and I go to the gurus, and the gurus are saying, you make this call, when they say this, you say that, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I did not sign up to be a real estate agent, to be a telemarketer. Right? I'm not. Run into Brian Buffini. Create raving fans. How do you create raving fans? You serve at the highest level. Oh, this is my gift. Ken, what can I do for you today to move your mortgage business to the next level? Can I interview you? Can I do a Facebook Live with you? Send me some of your testimonials. I want to share them on social media. Back and forth. So the gift that was in me was serving other people, helping other people, the go-giver mentality. Look, I'm excited just thinking about it. Right? Now, that is me. In the Inspire Tribe journey, I always talk about listening in the third way. If we listen and agree or listen and disagree, we stop listening and our brain starts building a case of why we should agree or disagree. I'm not asking for anybody to agree or disagree with me and my gift. This is where the inward journey goes.
Right. We always say, I teach that, you don't agree or disagree. Just listen from a place of what's possible, what possibility. And that when you listen from a place of possibility, rather than I agree or disagree, then all of a sudden, things show up, opportunities show up, ideas show up, and I think that's a good start. Is being honest with yourself, listening from a place of possibility, listening to yourself, right? Like, we all know what that feeling is. You said when you feel most alive.
Yeah.
Right? Well, if what you're doing, if you're having fun, then chances are you're dancing around your gift, right? Like, and if you recognize that maybe throughout the course of your day, there's a couple things you do that you actually enjoy doing, you have fun around it, maybe drift closer to that. You know what's funny? It's from our upbringing, and this is one of my observations, is that, if you're having fun, you're goofing off, you're not serious, you're not working hard enough, like somehow or another, those things get hard-coded in us as the way you're supposed to act. And the reality is, if you're having fun, move more towards that. There's some joy there that you need to pay more attention to. And that's why I love this. Like, some people might look at us and be like, well, you're not a loan officer. You spend half your day talking to Ed Fordyce on the computer. And obviously 20 minutes is not that big of a deal. But the reality is, I thoroughly enjoy this, and it gets my energy going. And I do believe this is our gift to articulate these kind of things to people that are willing to listen. And that's why we do them. And it makes us, here's the best part, when you lean into your gift, it makes you a better operator in a lot of the other technical sides of the business, right?
No doubt about it. Life is to be enjoyed, not endured. And this is where I'm really going against the guru community. You just have to do what I do so you can be successful like me.
Right.
Oh, really? Give me your meaning of success. Right? So when we step into our zone, when we step into our gift, yeah, it's easy. It's real easy. Look, man, and you're right, our generation, even when I ask my kids every Father's Day, I say, I don't want anything. Just tell me what you learned from me. And it's not bad, but I remember my oldest son said, you taught me to be the hardest worker in the room. That's not a bad gift to have. And I think he's intelligent enough and has evolved enough spiritually to know to tap into his gift, which, by the way, I actually sent him this message. When he was 7, he still had a booster seat in my car. That's how young he was. I introduced him to Jimmy the Butcher Smith. Sounds like a mobster, doesn't it? But he's one of the best network marketers in the world. He's 97 years old right now. He was one of my first mentors. And I took Eddie to a private business meeting that he had. And he taught people how to build a network marketing organization. At the time, he was only earning like 30 grand a week in income. When we got in the car to go home, Eddie grabbed his coloring book or whatever he had next to him. And I saw him. And when we got home, parked the car, he said, look, Daddy, I built my organization. He was 7 years old. He drew out his blueprint. And I sent a message to him last night. That's a hint. Do you remember doing that? He said, oh, yeah, I remember that. He was 7.
Yeah.
Look back to hints. Where did you feel most alive, man? What brought you alive? Number one, create a compelling future that's in alignment with your gift. And this is where men and women pay me a lot of money to help them redesign their life where they're connected to their gift because they've mastered the science of achievement. Ken, science of achievement. I can guarantee you, Ken Jordan, if you make 200 cold calls today, you are going to make $1 million plus a year in the loan as a loan officer.
Absolutely.
Right? Science of achievement.
Yep.
Your kids probably aren't going to talk to you at the end of the year. Your wife's going to be like, who is this stranger that comes home for dinner for a half an hour and then is right? You get it. The art of fulfillment is the other part, man. A fulfilled life, a happy life, a fun life.
And the beauty is you can execute with brute force if you're strong enough, right? We're all mentally strong enough, physically you have the endurance, the lack of sleep, and you're good. Like brute force is how most people get to a certain point. But there comes a time where, if you learn it sooner rather than later, where you start to execute around your gift, and then instead of brute force, now you start to attract. And that to me is success in my business. Is, am I creating, am I in alignment? Am I creating the type of business where I attract the business? And then I know I'm in my zone. I'm operating in my gift if I'm attracting the business. I know that if I had to, I could brute force it again, but that's not, no, there's that. You're right. It's no way to live. It's no way to live.
And here, when we do that, it creates dis-ease in our body.
Dis-ease.
Ease.
2 words.
That creates disease. Yeah.
My favorite line is rationalize is 2 words too.
Ooh, I like that.
Tell yourself perfectly rational, logical, defendable lies. Right?
Wow, yeah.
Rationalize.
Yeah.
This is good stuff, man. So you mentioned, as we get ready to wrap up here, you mentioned a book. I don't think you recognized that you mentioned a book. And it's ironic because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, if you have the blueprint there, it is the book of the quarter in the blueprint. I'll let you search like 3/4 of the way through.
My man, Greg Davis.
Oh, Greg. I don't even know if I told him he's in there yet.
That's so cool. Where's the book?
It's in there.
Let's see. By the way, these blueprints are unbelievable, dude. Thank you for sending. I can't wait to give these out to my tribe down here.
Yeah, it's really cool. So the book is, I believe it's Raving Fans.
Oh, okay.
Right? That's the book of the quarter. And it's a fantastic, What is it, about this big?
Ken Blanchard, yep.
It's about this big, right? Full of real life knowledge on how to attract business. And if you are operating in your gift, which, look, my gift, I love spending time with people. I love interacting and spending time with people. And that book is all about connecting and spending time with people, right? So that's our action item for the week. From my perspective, go get Raving Fans. You can get the Audible, but honest to God, it's a very thin book and it's super powerful. And then what's your action item for the week, Ed?
I'm going to say, and it's easy. I was going to say, take the inside journey. That's easier said than done. My go-do or action step is text me, and we'll spend 10 minutes on the phone, and I'll take you on that journey for free, obviously.
That's awesome. I love it. And what's your cell phone number?
610-246-6852. 610-246-6852. I'll ask you 4 or 5 questions. I'll ask you, I did this with Rob Lawrence, dude. I helped him connect to something when he felt most like a champion. And dude, it was like wild what has happened in his business in the last 18 months.
So text Ed at that phone number and put in the coupon code 19 minutes. And it's free. It's free because you made it. You made it to 19 minutes. So congratulations. You get a free 10-minute call with Ed Fordyce. So awesome job, Ed. This was so much fun as always. And I know we could talk for hours, but we got to get back to serving and all of our other gifts. We'll catch up next week.
Yeah, brother. Good work, man.